Hey everyone, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pokemon Gold. This is turn 40. I'm pretty sure. So let's jump into the turn. We have a metric shit ton of stuff going on, so I will try to blitz through things, but give you a comprehensive overview of what all is happening. So we'll start at the top. We have completed Enchantment 7. We are on our way to Construction 7. We're gonna actually alter this just slightly, but that is still the plan. So, Enchantment 7 online, fantastic. Horror Specs, Augury, nothing. And we have Unrest in Viridian City, so we got this message last turn. Pretty sure he's got a spy there, so that's fine. I'm just going to blitz through the battles real quick, and we'll go back and take a look at some of the interesting ones. So we attacked in Three Pine Grove and took the province back. We got attacked in Kodakar, lost the province. Got attacked in Wellrid by fucking Saffron City. By Helmet, actually, which is kind of funny. We have taken control of Ministra, met no resistance. We are being attacked in Viridian City. Easy. We've taken the province in Impassable Mountains, no resistance. We are being attacked in Omicria. We are attacking in Berman Heights, and we won. Got attacked in Kratos and lost. Have taken control of Kunal. Got attacked in Saffron City and lost. Under siege in Viridian City, but they can't harm our walls because we have too many units there. Under siege in Omicria, our walls are damaged but not breached. Fortification in Saffron City is breached. Got a Battle Affliction cured, 1 unit cured from disease, lacking supplies in Impassable Mountains, which is fucking annoying as fuck. So we're getting diseases all over the place. And this is actually really big. We just like 2 turns ago, our 2 or 3 turns ago, our gold spiked and we had a crazy amount of gold. We had the highest income in the game. Now we cannot afford our units. Welcome to raiding. This is going to be a pain in the ass. And then we have a bunch of promotions. Okay, so I don't think there weren't any real big battles. Let's check this through Pine Grove, because this is kind of... I want to see how this... I kind of want to keep tabs on how this group does. So this is the group that has the grunts that produce the Raticates, but they also have the fire blue belts that have the Hitmontops, right? So they're kind of interesting. And I think this is going to handle just about any PD that's out there unless my commander gets sniped, basically. Like, pretty simple. Actually, let's pop back over to that real quick, because I think, yeah, we need to set these guys on hold and attack. Because they were not... Okay, so... we've got stuff happening everywhere, absolutely everywhere. So I'm going to try to cover things briefly but quickly. Our spy uprisings continue, right? We are starting uprisings on Olivine City with 2 spies now that are kitted out with a little bit of stealth boosting gear. So we're going to see how that works. And everything else is kind of going as per normal. You might notice we have a very long red arrow here. We are sending Falco, right, in on a mission to attack into the Trouble Bog. He is taking with him some Charizards, and he's going to bless them, hopefully, bless himself, and hopefully they're going to be able to take things out. We'll see how it goes. He's going to be a little bit of a raiding party. Honestly, what I expect to happen is I expect him to land, probably expect him to win, and then I expect him to get remote assassinated and die, more than likely. And then I'll lose those troops, but these troops, then I will not be paying for these troops. You guys aren't exactly cheap. 40 gold a year, 28 gold a year, so that's what's on the table. So... that's kind of the Olivine City front. So let's take it one front at a time. In the Saffron front, we are being sieged. We've been breached, and we're probably going to lose Saffron City next turn. So this is a combination of why my income... One, we're getting raided all over the place. Right, so here, 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 here. But really, the things that really hurt is Kodakar hurts because it helps screw over Cyanwood City. And Impassable Mountains. Actually, Impassable Mountains has lost a bunch because of the adjacency. Well, I say that. Really, losing Viridian City, though, is like 400 something gold. That's a big deal. Saffron City is also a pretty big loss of income. It's kind of a pain in the ass. We are moving Urborn up to raid. And we're probably going to lose footing here because we can't do anything about it right now. In Omicria, we're continuing to Harspex, doing some researching. We're actually preaching. This was my other raiding party, right? But he got trapped in Omicria. We're not going to break out with him because he won't be able to fight the Steelixes, but that's okay. So, over in Kunal, what's going on is we are moving Chuck. We're actually doing a couple of different things, and you might notice there's way more attack arrows than we have normal armies. So this is we're dividing up our resources, and we're going to start putting things. Either we're going to be able to counter raid much more effectively, or people are going to start getting assassinated and killed, which is also fine because again, if I start losing troops, I start losing that upkeep. And while the whole goal of this run, right, was to do the Pokeballs and have a bunch of different troop types and be able to experiment with things, right? That probably would have worked against any other nation. Not going to work against Olivine City and the Steelixes. So right now it's basically like I'm going to start using those resources, and if they live, they live. If they die, they don't cost me anything. Fine. So with Chuck, we have boiled him down to just the black belts. Okay, so Chuck is going to go in, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want to take the chance. Now he does have this guy, so he's gonna get 1d6 Machokes, but that should be fine. All the rest of them are gonna be Machamps, which means they should be able to handle anything that gets thrown at them. We'll see. The rest of these blue belts are being trained because we want to get them up to black belts. We're also sending out Sethin with a little raiding party. Literally just a little party to hopefully counter raid. There's some Steelixes over here that didn't have a commander previously. They might have a commander this turn. We'll see. I'm just going to attack the province because if we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. That's fine. I literally do not have a problem. I am probably going to take... That's fine. Steel Breath's fine. Actually, I say Steel Breath. I'm just going to take that off. I'm just going to have cast spells. Okay. So we're attacking into Omicria with Chuck. We're attacking into Giant Spine with Sethin. We're continuing to train, doing more research. We are moving Umbra from Rupine Grove up into Trentspor stealthily. And then next turn, we're going to hit a different place. We're going to start raiding through all of his lands, just like he's doing to me. Exact same tactic. So, over into Viridian City, what are we doing? Okay, so he is on Viridian City, but he can't pop the... He can't pop the fortress because we have way too many units here. Okay? Well, we have way too many units here right now. We're actually... So we're moving Nejdego, which, by the way, I thought this was really kind of bullshit. He attacked from Ministra into Viridian City. I attacked from Viridian City into Ministra. I thought that guaranteed that we were going to hit. That either he'd battle me in Viridian City or I'd battle him in Ministra. Right? But apparently that's not the case. I don't know. So we're gonna see if we can't chase him down. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. Whatever. We'll see how it goes. And in the meantime, we are moving out Wiglia, right? And she's got a party of Persians and Arboks. Basically, again, units that are probably good enough to deal with most PD, but not good enough to deal with Steelixes. So she's going out in stealth mode, getting out of Viridian City, so that she can start counter raiding or taking provinces back, right? Because we need more little armies out in the field to take armies or take territory back away from him, while we start to get our raiding online, and while we start to get our answers to his Steelixes online. And they are coming. They are actually coming. So, Viridian City, hopefully we will have that back next turn, because otherwise our income is going to continue to be bad, and that's going to be an issue. But for now, we're also just kind of researching. So, over in Impassable Mountains, we are splitting up and doing a couple of different attacks. We have Leia, who is heading out to Kratos to, again, counter raid, try to take that back. We have Robodan is heading into Griffin Rock to attack there, and again, try to... This one does have a fortification, so there's the chance. But here's the other thing is his... Let's say that. Where are his... The Steelix champion. These guys are fucking stealthy too. These goddamn... I thought for a second maybe just the Steelix champions were stealthy. No, everything about a Steelix is fucking busted to shit. Like, it's legit. Like, they're so strong. Okay, so Robodan can pop in here, and I do not think he is going to stand against one of my main armies. Like, I don't think he's going to stand against Robodan's army. I don't think he's going to stand against Chuck's army. I don't think he will try to. He might, though, given the success that he almost had previously against Chuck's army. So we do have to be careful, which is why we're taking these types of measures, right? Pulling out chaff that's not going to be effective. Okay, anything else here in Impassable Mountains? No, not really. We do have to worry. We are starting to rack up a lot of diseases, and that's kind of a pain in the ass. We do have a nurse here, but she only does 1 disease and 1 heal per turn, so there's only so much we can do there. We need to get our supplies back, and that is basically 100% because we have been losing the territory around Impassable Mountains. As soon as we feel like it is a little safer, we're probably going to take the main block of Amphiroses and get them the fuck out and down to Cyanwood City, basically. Okay, speaking of Cyanwood City, so in the capital, we are doing a number of different things. We are moving armies back. Let's hit Dathan first. So in Dathan, we are moving Benna up here to Junal Forest. I had wanted to go down this way, but I didn't judge the time correctly, so we hit summer, and now I can't cross the river. So I'm just going to bring her back up here. She's got a pretty big force that can counter raid almost anything. We might actually... What? Makes way more sense if I do this. Because this is legitimately just going to be a counter raid force. Both of these forces are just going to be counter raiding. So we will send Benna and Sika, both stealth, into Hobergdorf and Junal Forest, so that they can then start, again, responding to raids, right? We're going to try to immediately be able to respond to raiding scenarios so that we can get rid of people. Or keep our economy up, basically, right? And then we will have Zarin bring the fucking Apums back. we're gonna have to figure out a way to kill them. I am considering. So I'm actually considering talking to Atlantis and seeing if he will allow me to purchase an underwater territory from him. In order to drown troops there, basically. So we have we could. I mean, we have a lot of water, and there are items that we could make, like the Sea King's Goblet, right? To get some units under. We make a water bracelet. Suddenly we have a water 3. We have a Sea King's Goblet for a reasonable price, and then we can start drowning units basically to get rid of unwanted units. So that's just something that has come up, an option. It's something I've thought about. I'm not sure it's cost effective, but I potentially might reach out to Atlantis and see if he will fight, if he's willing to allow that to happen, or if he's willing to like sell me an underwater province or something. So that's something that is potentially on the pocket. What else is going on? Well, we're doing a couple of different things. We are forging. We're back to the kind of forging a whole bunch of lightless lanterns. See, our research is up to 890. It is turn 40. Honestly, if we didn't have to pause, we would be very, very close to that 1,000 mark. But you might notice something else other than all of the research item forging. We are casting Stellar Focus. So we have used all of our Astral Pearls. We had 20. We alchemized 20 Death Gems into 30 total Astral Pearls. We're casting Stellar Focus at base cost. Hopefully, we will be able to just hold on to it for a while. That's going to give us a tidy sum of Astral Pearls for a while, which is good, because our research goals, we have altered our research goals slightly. We've thrown in Conjuration 4, but this is mostly just because I did the math, and we're going to hit Construction 7 in 3 turns, regardless of whether or not we add Conjuration 4 into the mix or not. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in Conjuration 4 and hit Conjuration 4 next turn. And this is primarily for Voice of Apsu, so I can start spamming that. But there are a couple of other different things that we could potentially do. And so mainly it's Light of the Northern Star for our Astrals, right? And the concept being there is we might be looking to do something along the lines of a little communion in the near future. If we can get a foothold in Three Pine Grove and hold it till we can get like 5 or 6 of these schoolgirls going, then that might be a route that we go. Regardless, like there are a couple of nice little things that we get from Conjuration 4 that it's worth snagging on the way through, basically. A Wild Hitmonchan remote assassination is not bad, but it's not great. This would actually be pretty good against a lot of, a lot of people. Just not... Well, actually, now that I think about it, here's the thing. This is actually pretty good against, let's see, where is it? Omicria. Not Omicria. Saffron City. Against these guys. So the fortresses are not very strong, and it is entirely possible. So the Hitmonchan might run up and kill the fortress and die. So that's a possibility, but it could also survive and then just kill the gentleman. And it's only like 1 gem, isn't it? Yeah, at 1 Earth Gem for a potential remote assassination, that's pretty good. It's not as good as the scissors. The scissors. What's the matter with these scissors? But yeah, so we're doing that. Again, like I said, mostly for Voice of Apsu, but for a couple of other little parts and pieces, and mostly just because I did the math, and I'm gonna make it to Construction 7 in 3 turns anyways. Construction 7 in 3 turns is absolutely 100% straight for Golem construction. Actually, I say in 3 turns. So, in a turn or 2, we are going to start producing full gear. Probably full gear. Maybe not full gear. We'll see. I'm not sure if I want to budget golems or if I want to full round everything I fucking can golems. I think the first 1 or 2 are probably going to be full round everything I can golems. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of testing and putting together some builds for a golem designed specifically to try to best these Steelixes. I think we are getting close to what that would look like, which is good. I have a couple of ideas, but I think inherently the golems themselves are just going to be good matches against the Steelixes. At least until he actually gets gear on the Steelixes. And again, right, this goes back to the Steelixes being... Don't want to be a broken record, but the Steelixes being horribly imbalanced. These Steelix champions, unlike most of the champions in the game, are like my champions. They have a head slot, they have 3 uniques. Most of the rest of the Pokemon champions have a head slot and 3 miscellaneous. The Steelix champions have everything. So if he gets to the point to where he can actually kit these guys out, it's gonna be bad, right? Like, oofles. Like, that's just... I think that's the game at that point, honestly. Like, if he gets to the point to where he has fully kitted out Steelixes with good equipment, I don't think there's anything almost anyone's going to be able to do, realistically. They're basically gods at that point. But until that happens, I think we are we are a unique nation that has the ability to benefit off of very cheap forging. And we also have really good research, so we're hitting these research goals pretty nicely. So we're gonna hit golem construction. We're gonna pop out some golems, and hopefully our golem kits are going to... I think honestly, with things like body ethereal, these check the... So these Steelix champions, they don't have any magic attacks, right? We've seen how crazy their protection gets, we've seen how crazy their magic resist gets, and we know the crazy bless allows them to just regenerate a crap ton of stuff. But we can do things like quickness boots, right? We can do things like gate cleavers, right? Complete armor negating weapons, right? Combined with stuff like rings of regeneration, which we should be able to make a couple of. Combined with things like body ethereal, and the fact that he doesn't have gear on them, means we should be able to outfit a couple of golems that are very hard hitting, right? And that are able to survive and cut through the Steelixes, and potentially... now that I think about it, fucking... So they're gonna have options, basically, right? The wrinkle, of course, is that eventually he's gonna be able to make items, and he's gonna be able to counter my golems. Hopefully by then we have some other ideas on the board. Hopefully by then our multitude of raiding parties that we are now starting to form, combined with the uprisings, starts to crush his economy. We might be able to get some more individuals in there, etc. We're doing what we can. Every turn, I am finding more and more things to be doing, more and more things to be trying, more and more. I'm learning more and more about the game, learning more and more about this mod, and it's kind of wild, honestly. Like the amount of stuff going on. So, we are a couple of other things that I have glossed over. We are making an attack with Yazar out into Kodakar, right? We have Zephyron here, and we have Zarin that we're bringing back. We're gonna start moving out crappy units like the Apiums, and probably these Electrodes. Well, I guess not the Electrodes because they're fucking immortal. So that's an annoyance. These guys are 16 gold a year that are basically useless, and I can never get rid of them because they're immortal. But things like the Hitmonchans, maybe these Gligers, I can use them because they're flying. I don't know. We've got a bunch of units here. Probably a lot of the evolutions. And some other stuff that I'm gonna start throwing into little parties with like these officers, just to send them out and about, right? If they get into a fight and die, they get into a fight and die. If they get into a fight and they take provinces back or take provinces away from him, great, fantastic. I really don't care anymore. With these guys and with some of the chaff that I'm generating, right? I am still trying to. I was very hesitant about using these Arboks because I still really love the idea of putting together a poison army. It's just so far away from a reality at the moment, and even if I could, it's not useful against Olivine City. So it just doesn't matter, you know? Everything that I am doing now is trying to focus in on what can I do against Olivine City. So, I think that is mostly it for the turn, truth be told. I'm a little occupied this turn. Did I want to do that? So I was toying around. I got this Machampion here. I was toying around with the idea of so like a Gate Cleaver honestly does a crap ton of damage, and it is armor negating, right? Okay. And if I put, if I put a copper arm on a Machampion, I can actually have them. Can I do that? No, I can't, because I need 2 hands, don't I? So never mind, that's not even an option, is it? I guess not. Alright, I take it back. I wonder if that actually works that way. I would assume that it does. Add an extra 25% of the unit strength when adding strength to damage bonus. See, that's super important. Anyways, so we've got a bunch of options. We've got a bunch of little things that are going on. I might outfit this guy pretty soon anyways. Like, what did I throw on him? Basically, I might treat him like a Airborne and just have him go out and start doing stuff because, again, he's just researching here. He's just a 72 gold per year, 17 researcher. Not really that great. If I put some boots of flying on him, that would be pretty good, actually. I can't put boots on him. Because again, I'm sitting here thinking, oh, how do you outfit an actual person like a Steelix? But Machampions, okay. I know. It sounds like I'm bitching and moaning now. I'm actually having a great time with this game. I've had to think way more in this particular game than I have in most other games for a while now. Even other Dominion games, right? Other Dominion games, I've basically gotten into a scenario where like, oh, okay, I'm winning, great, I win, or oh, I'm losing, okay, great, I lose, right? Like a lot of those scenarios become very clear-cut situations, like my Ares game, right? It was interesting. It was interesting. It was interesting. Then I lost like 2 battles in rapid succession, right? And it was like, oh, okay, never mind, we're done. Like, okay. But this one has been like, I'm losing ground, sure, but I think we can still do things. I just don't know that we can do things fast enough. So we're gonna have to see. We are going to have to see how it all goes down. All right, I'm rambling at this point. I think that is it for the turn. The last person we have is a little Zephyron here, doing nothing. So I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.